People may not realize, but during World War II, there were more than 6,000 African American women in the Army. 855 formed the 6888 Central Postal Directory Battalion, the only African American Women's Army Corps unit to serve in Europe during World War II. The 6888 was formed to clear the multi-year backlog of mail for the 7 million Americans in the European theater of operations.
Everybody expected mail from home, and that was our complete job, is to make sure that we get the mail out to the different units.
They didn't have computers, they didn't have even television in those days, so mail was a very important thing.
As units of white women were being deployed overseas, First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt and Mary McLeod Bethune rallied to have black women included in the war effort overseas. The women needed meaningful tasks, a meaningful assignment to prove that black women could support the armed forces just as the white women did. The women's first assignment was in Birmingham, England. They arrived in February of 1945. Working 3 shifts a day, they processed approximately 65,000 pieces of mail per shift for 90 days before they moved on to Rouen and Paris, France.
It was hard, blackout conditions. We had poor lighting, poor heating. We couldn't let the sunlight in because they were still fighting and bombing in that area. People of Birmingham, England treated us as heroes. It was very different from some of the behavior of white servicemen, I should say.
It was segregated to the point where when we wanted to go to the base exchange, we'd give a list to one person and they would go in and buy. We were not allowed to go in post exchange. We had our own quarters, we had our own unit.
They gave a dance for us. This white soldier came into the dance and saw me there, and he said, "What are you doing here using the N-word?" That was very devastating and very painful to see that the same countrymen that you're fighting the same war for was the one who disrespected me the most. I'm sure that you have seen how service people were heralded, Johnny Comes Marching Home parade. Our dismissal was quiet and unpronounced. We simply came home.
We were just soldiers coming home. We'd done a good job and come home like the rest of the soldiers. Nobody mentioned it. Nobody even said nothing about it. For about 70 years later, that's when we started understanding what a good job we did. But otherwise, nobody mentioned about the black or white blacks doing nothing.
I think there's an opportunity now to correct a wrong. The highest award the 6888 can receive and should receive is the Congressional Gold Medal. They deserve their place in history and to secure their legacy along with the other recipients of the award, the Tuskegee Airmen, the Montfort Marines, the Women Air Service pilots, and many others whose service has been recognized as making a significant contribution to our nation.
On this vote, the yeas are 422, the nays are 0.
We want to leave a legacy that we have done something that is remarkable.